Good evening, and welcome to the Crypto Overnighter. I'm Nicodemus, and I will be your host as we take a look at the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. So sit back, relax, and let's get started. And remember, none of this is financial advice. And it's 10 p.m. Pacific on Saturday, October 14th, 2023. Welcome back to the Crypto Overnighter, where we have no sponsors, no hidden agendas, and no BS. But we do have the news, so let's talk about that. Tonight, we'll be diving into the legislative halls of the U.S. Senate, peeking behind the courtroom doors, and even taking a luxurious ride with Ferrari, all while exploring how the crypto landscape is evolving in response to these pivotal events. Buckle up, and let's get started. In a recent development that's stirring the legislative waters, the ties between the militant group Hamas and cryptocurrency have been a focal point in the U.S. Senate. This connection is lending significant energy to Elizabeth Warren's money laundering bill, which aims to tighten the noose around illicit financial activities involving cryptocurrencies. The allegations of Hamas utilizing cryptocurrency to fuel their operations have reignited concerns among U.S. lawmakers about the dark side of digital assets. This shadowy linkage is serving as a catalyst for Senator Warren's bill, which is now gaining traction in the Senate. This bill is seen as a crucial step towards bringing a semblance of regulation to the Wild West of cryptocurrency. In theory, it's designed to stem the tide of money laundering activities by enhancing the oversight on transactions carried out through digital assets. By doing so, it aims to strip away the veil of anonymity that currently shrouds the crypto realm, which has served as a fertile ground for illicit financial activities. However, the exact nature and extent of Hamas' involvement with cryptocurrency remains shrouded in ambiguity. While the allegations have brought this issue to the forefront of legislative discussions, there's still a significant lack of concrete evidence linking Hamas to crypto-based financial activities directed at Israel or any other entities. This speculative nature of these allegations only adds fuel to the fire of the ongoing debate on cryptocurrency regulation in the U.S. This situation underscores the delicate balance between innovation and regulation. On one hand, cryptocurrency holds the promise of financial freedom and decentralization, ideals that resonate strongly with a large part of the global population. On the other hand, the potential misuse of these digital assets for nefarious purposes poses a serious threat that lawmakers are keen to address. Senator Warren's bill is a flat-out overreach. Full stop. It's a move that will stifle the innovation and financial freedom promised by cryptocurrencies. The recent developments surrounding the alleged crypto funding of Hamas have undoubtedly nudged this regulatory needle towards a tighter grip on digital assets. Senator Warren's bill symbolizes the growing concern among lawmakers about the potential misuse of cryptocurrencies for sinister purposes. The incident also serves as a stark reminder to the crypto industry about the uphill battle it faces in the quest for mainstream acceptance, especially when adverse events like this bring to light crypto's darker potential. Alright, that wraps up our deep dive into the legislative halls of the U.S. Senate and the dark corners where crypto and terrorism converge. If you're concerned about the impact of this news on your digital assets, you're going to want to stick around. Up next, we have a geopolitical thriller in the crypto mining world. Chinese Bitcoin mines are springing up close to sensitive U.S. locations. It's a story that's sure to make you rethink the notion of friendly neighbors. And hey, if you haven't yet, do click that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss out. The emergence of Chinese Bitcoin mines on U.S. soil has been stirring the waters of national security, igniting a discourse that extends far beyond the crypto realm. This scrutiny comes as some of these mining operations have been found to have ties with the Chinese Communist Party, raising eyebrows over the proximity to critical U.S. infrastructure. One particular operation, located next to a Microsoft data center that supports the Pentagon and an Air Force nuclear missile base in Cheyenne, Wyoming, has been under the radar. The Microsoft team, in a note to a U.S. government committee, articulated the potential risk, stating that the locations could provide a vantage point for the Chinese to pursue intelligence operations. Although there haven't been direct indications of malicious activities, the scenario paints a picture of potential threat vectors stemming from the computing power of an industrial-level crypto mining operation, especially with an unidentified number of Chinese nationals in close vicinity to strategic U.S. installations. BitOrigin is the company linked to the Cheyenne mine. They transitioned from a pork processing facility to a crypto data center. That's quite the renovation. The choice of location was reportedly influenced by an agreement with local utility providers, not the proximity to the Microsoft data center or the missile base. The ripple effect of China's 2021 Bitcoin mining ban is evident. Many Chinese companies redirected their operations to the U.S., especially to crypto-friendly states like Texas and Wyoming. The landscape shift also unveiled a complex web of connections, with some operations having tied to state-owned entities concealed behind layers of shell companies. For instance, YZY Capital Holdings, controlled by a Chinese businessman and Communist Party member, acquired land near the Microsoft data center for Bitcoin mining. Despite legislation like Texas's Lone Star Infrastructure Protection Act, which is aimed at restricting access to critical infrastructure by businesses owned by foreign adversaries, the lucrative state incentives have kept the Chinese-tied Bitcoin mining operations afloat. This situation unveils a gray area where the operations, although legal, could place enormous stress on the grid and could be used in concert to wreak havoc. The narrative aligns with the broader geopolitical tension. The Office of the Director of National Intelligence warned that in the face of a major conflict, China could consider aggressive cyber operations against U.S. critical infrastructure. The extensive use of Bitcoin mining machines from Bitmain highlights the dynamics at play. Bitmain is a dominant Chinese manufacturer with no direct government ties. That said, some exports were channeled through a subsidiary. That subsidiary listed its address as a Communist Party guest house. So that shows how things can become entangled. The lens through which the U.S. perceives the Chinese Bitcoin mining operations on its soil is tinted with national security concerns, underlining the broader implications of the crypto industry in geopolitical theater. The growing presence of Chinese Bitcoin mines on American soil delineates a broader narrative of geopolitical maneuvering in the crypto mining landscape. This situation shows how real-world geopolitical frictions are testing the decentralization ethos of cryptocurrencies. Chinese mining operations, especially those with ties to the CCP, pose substantial security risks. Moreover, the situation also casts a spotlight on the regulatory gray areas surrounding cryptocurrency operations within the U.S., provoking a potential re-evaluation of legislative frameworks to better safeguard national interests. Furthermore, this underscores the ripple effects of China's stringent anti-crypto stance. As Chinese mining operations seek more lenient shores, the U.S. has become a significant player in the global crypto mining landscape. This transition also embodies a subtle, yet significant power shift in the global crypto economic framework, pivoting the access of crypto mining power from east to west. The dynamics also beg the question of how the U.S. will navigate the fine line of fostering a conducive environment for crypto innovation while mitigating the attendant national security risks. From geopolitical tensions to regulatory roller coasters, the SEC has dropped a bombshell, or rather opted not to. They've decided against appealing a court ruling in favor of Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF. What does this mean for crypto's mainstream acceptance? Stay tuned to find out. But since you're still here, give us a thumbs up and make sure you're following us for more analysis. The unfolding situation surrounding the Grayscale Bitcoin Exchange Traded Fund has taken an intriguing turn, as the Securities Exchange Commission decided against filing a last-minute appeal to challenge an August court ruling, consequently advancing the likelihood of crypto asset manager Grayscale launching a Bitcoin ETF. This step by the SEC, although not cementing the approval of Grayscale's application, surely signifies a perceptible shift in the regulatory dynamics. The crux of the matter dates back to when Grayscale sought to convert its Bitcoin trust into a spot Bitcoin ETF, a proposal initially turned down by the SEC. This rejection led to a legal contest, culminating in an August verdict by a federal appeals court. The court deemed the SEC's disapproval as arbitrary and capricious, pointing out an inconsistency where the SEC had previously cleared Bitcoin futures ETFs for trading, yet opposed the spot ETFs proposed by Grayscale. This ruling nudged the SEC to revisit its stance on Grayscale's application. The window for the SEC to appeal the court's decision was ticking away towards a midnight deadline. However, as the deadline approached, the SEC chose not to contest the court's ruling. This does not automatically tip the scale in favor of Grayscale, but it amplifies the optimism within the crypto industry about the eventual nod for a spot Bitcoin ETF. This development sent a modest ripple through the Bitcoin market as well, as its price experienced a minor surge of roughly 1.3% in the moments following the news. A source familiar with the matter indicated that the SEC made the decision ahead of the deadline. SEC Chair Gary Gensler, earlier in the day, chose to remain silent about a potential appeal, declining to comment when asked about it during a press conference. Jennifer Schulp, the Director of Financial Regulation Studies at the Cato Institute, emphasized that while the decision by the SEC is a step towards the potential approval, it is not a guarantee. The road towards approval could still encounter legal snags, as the SEC could re-review and possibly deny the application on different grounds, potentially igniting another round of legal tug-of-war. The SEC's non-appeal may be indicative of changing tides in the regulatory landscape, changes that could possibly herald a new era of acceptance and recognition of cryptocurrency-based investment vehicles such as ETFs. This move, or lack thereof, by the SEC can be interpreted as a subtle nod to the legitimacy of Grayscale's ambitions, reflecting a potentially more open, or at least less adversarial, regulatory stance towards innovative crypto-based financial products. Gensler has been under pressure by members of Congress to start approving these things. That likely has heavily contributed to this non-action. Moreover, the SEC's silence could be seen as a tacit acknowledgement of the growing influence and acceptance of cryptocurrencies and related financial products within the mainstream financial ecosystem. It's a significant step that not only bodes well for Grayscale, but also sends a positive signal to other firms that might be eyeing similar ventures. While this development is a positive stride, it is essential to note that the road to a Grayscale spot Bitcoin ETF is not entirely clear. The SEC could re-review and deny the application on different grounds, starting the whole thing all over again. However, the absence of an appeal is a breath of fresh air in a heavily regulated and often unpredictable market. It offers a glimmer of hope for Grayscale and the broader crypto community that has long awaited such progressive regulatory measures. Now, who needs a weatherman when you've got the SEC and Coinbase? The regulatory forecast is cloudy, their relationship is stormy, and the SEC is demanding clarity. Up next, we delve into Coinbase's legal push for a clearer stance from the SEC on crypto regulations. If you're new here, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell to stay in the loop. Coinbase intensified its legal efforts to elicit a clear stance from the SEC regarding its crypto rulemaking petition. That petition was originally lodged in July 2022. In a bid to secure an official response from the SEC, Coinbase pursued a court order, specifically a mandamus, urging the SEC to either accept or decline their petition within a defined 30-day timeframe. This maneuver stems from the SEC's perceived evasiveness and sluggishness in addressing the regulatory questions posed by Coinbase, which center around crafting clear regulations for the crypto market, with special attention to defining which digital assets should be classified as securities and why. The SEC's recent status update on October 12th was deemed unsatisfactory by Coinbase, with the vague mention that the, quote, commission staff provided a recommendation without explanation. This perceived bureaucratic stalling spurred Coinbase's chief legal officer to reiterate the call for a mandamus to expedite the SEC's official response. He highlighted the ongoing legal impasse as a bureaucratic pantomime. In response to the SEC's delay tactics, Coinbase filed its own response with the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Third Circuit, underscoring the SEC's deliberate avoidance in addressing their requests and decrying the SEC's use of bureaucratic methods to delay judicial review. While Coinbase pushes for a decisive yes or no from the SEC, the community keenly watches, hoping for a precedent of regulatory clarity in a realm often mired in legal ambiguities. The SEC, for its part, requested a 120-day extension to respond, hinting at a possible resolution by late October or early November, yet leaving Coinbase and the crypto community at large in a lurch of uncertainty. From Coinbase's legal battles to a courtroom drama you won't want to miss, Sam Bankman-Fried, the name that once stood for innovation in crypto, is now at the center of a scandal that could have far-reaching implications. Up next, we dig into the second week of the SBF trial. Don't forget to like this episode if you're finding it valuable, and if you haven't yet, follow us to stay updated on this unfolding courtroom saga. The name Sam Bankman-Fried was synonymous with innovation in the crypto sector. However, the ongoing criminal trial against the former FTX chief executive has cast a long, dark shadow over his previous accolades. The past week's startling revelations threaten to unravel the high-flying narrative of FTX's rise in the crypto trading arena. The crux of the legal battle hinges on damning accusations of fraud, bribery, and misappropriation of billions in customer funds, painting a picture of a crypto empire steeped in illicit financial machinations. At the heart of these accusations stands one Caroline Ellison. She is the former CEO of Alameda Research and on-again, off-again romantic interest of SBF. Her testimony has ripped the veil off of the alleged financial improprieties under Sam's watch. Ellison's narrative delved into how FTX's funds, to the tune of billions of dollars, were allegedly siphoned off to meet Alameda's financial obligations, painting a bleak picture of financial mismanagement. The testimony revealed desperation as SBF allegedly sought emergency funding from Saudi Prince bin Salman amidst a spiraling financial crisis. The courtroom was privy to allegations of bribes to Chinese officials in a futile attempt to unlock frozen funds on foreign exchanges. The litany of accusations didn't end there. Ellison's confession spoke volumes about the activities within Alameda and FTX. She described a scenario where customer funds were allegedly used to finance luxury real estate, venture capital deals, and political campaigns. The money trail, as laid out in the courtroom, unveiled an elaborate scheme of financial mismanagement and fraud that starkly contrasts with the image of a pioneering crypto trading platform FTX once held. The courtroom drama further intensified with the testimony from BlockFi CEO Zach Prince, detailing the intricate financial web that entwined BlockFi, Alameda, and FTX. Prince's testimony pointed to a profound lack of awareness on BlockFi's part regarding FTX's underhanded activities, underlining the pivotal importance of transparency and due diligence in the volatile realm of crypto. As the defense attempts to challenge the credibility of the witnesses, particularly Ellison, the prosecution continues to build a robust case against Sam. The unfolding testimonies, each more damning than the last, are steadily painting a narrative of a crypto titan's fall from grace. The coming weeks are expected to see heightened courtroom drama as more witnesses take the stand, further delving into the intricate web of financial dealings that led to FTX's dramatic collapse. Through the lens of this ongoing trial, a cautionary tale emerges, one that underscores the urgent need for rigorous regulatory frameworks and ethical business practices in crypto. Out of the courtroom and into the luxury car showroom, who says you can't buy happiness, or at least a Ferrari? The iconic car brand is taking crypto as payment, opening doors to a new customer base. Stick around to hear how you can buy your dream car with your dream currency. And if you're enjoying the show, click that like button and make sure you're subscribed for daily updates. Now, personally, I'm a motorcycle guy. I ride a Harley-Davidson old man motorcycle. Even so, I can appreciate Ferrari as a leader in the world of luxury vehicles. The company recently unveiled its intent to embrace crypto as a means to pay for their exquisite machines in the US. This strategic move is not only a nod to the digital currency market, it's also a clever maneuver to tap into the new demographic of wealthy crypto enthusiasts. The iconic car maker is partnering with BitPay, a notable cryptocurrency payment processor, to facilitate transactions in Bitcoin, Ether, and USDC. This initiative comes as a response to market demand and dealer requests, with many of Ferrari's clients already having invested in digital currencies. An executive of the company expressed that this initiative could extend Ferrari's reach to potential buyers who were not necessarily their clients before, but might afford a Ferrari now due to their crypto investments. The core of this initiative is to allow transactions in cryptocurrencies which will then be promptly converted into fiat currencies, thereby shielding dealers from price volatility. This conversion will be handled by BitPay, ensuring a smooth transaction process with no additional fees or surcharges imposed on the buyers. Furthermore, BitPay will vet the legitimacy of the digital currency, making sure it does not stem from illicit activities, money laundering, or tax evasion. I think we're going to see that service offered a lot more in the future. This safeguards the brand's prestige while opening a new avenue of payment that resonates with the modern era of digital finance. The roadmap doesn't end in the US. Ferrari has grand plans to introduce cryptocurrency payments in Europe by the first quarter of 2024, with an expansion to other crypto-friendly regions thereafter. This decision, however, does not extend to countries with cryptocurrency restrictions such as China, underscoring the regulatory hurdles that still cast a shadow over global crypto adoption. Nonetheless, it's a bold step forward, showcasing how traditional luxury brands are adapting to the new financial paradigm. The Ferrari rep mentioned that although Ferrari's order portfolio is booked until 2025, experimenting with crypto payments could attract new customers, signaling a long-term strategy to integrate digital currencies in their business model. This monumental shift by Ferrari mirrors the broader narrative of cryptocurrency slowly but surely entwining with traditional finance and commerce. It's a telling sign of how crypto is not merely an investment asset, but is gradually becoming a recognized and accepted means of payment among elite businesses. By aligning with BitPay, Ferrari is not only endorsing the legitimacy of crypto, it's also setting a precedent for other luxury brands to follow suit. The resonance of this move within the crypto community could be profound, illustrating the symbiotic relationship between high-end brands and the emerging digital economy. So, what happened? Senator Warren is pushing a bill in the Senate aimed at tightening crypto regulations, spurred by claims that Hamas is using crypto for less than legal activities. Whether these allegations hold water is still up in the air, but the legislative ripple effects are already being felt. Chinese Bitcoin mines are setting up shop near sensitive US locations, raising national security concerns. It's not just about crypto, it's a geopolitical chess match with moves and countermoves affecting both economies. The SEC is sending mixed signals, stepping back from challenging a court ruling in favor of Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF. This could be a shift towards a more open, regulatory environment for crypto investment products. Coinbase is fed up with waiting for the SEC to clarify its stance on crypto regulations. They filed a court order to force a response within 30 days, highlighting the tension between emerging tech and sluggish bureaucracy. The Sam Bankman-Fried trial is unraveling the darker underbelly of the crypto trading world. Accusations of fraud and financial mismanagement are casting shadows over the whole sector, reminding us that even in a decentralized world, centralized problems can still haunt us. Lastly, Ferrari is steering into the crypto lane, making it easier for the crypto rich to buy their dream cars. They're teaming up with BitPay, and this isn't just a US affair. They have their eyes on Europe as well as other crypto-friendly regions. Tonight's theme is the push and pull between innovation and regulation in the crypto universe. From Ferrari's foray into accepting crypto, to legislative moves by the US Senate aimed at curbing illicit activities, we're seeing how the crypto world is both adapting and being acted upon. The landscape is ever-changing, shaped by geopolitical frictions, legislative actions, and courtroom dramas. Whether it's the national security implications of Chinese Bitcoin mines on US soil, or the ongoing courtroom saga involving Sam Bankman-Fried, the crypto ecosystem is facing challenges that could redefine its future. As we wrap up tonight, one thing is abundantly clear. The crypto world is at a pivotal moment. The decisions being made now could either propel the industry forward, opening doors for innovation and financial freedom, or they could erect barriers that stifle progress. It's a dynamic landscape, and you're going to want to keep your eyes open to navigate it successfully. And that's going to do it for us tonight. I want to thank you, my listeners, because when you stop listening, I will stop talking. If you enjoyed tonight's show, then please like, follow, subscribe, leave a rating, or maybe a review. And in the meantime, we'll see you tomorrow night.